Yo, what's going on, my beautiful people out there? Welcome to Always Into Something podcast, where we bring it to you raw and slimy, but you're definitely going to love it. I am Ahmad the God, hopefully inspiring the God in us all. Don't ever be good, people. Always be great. Catch us on 72 Entertainment Group YouTube page or any podcast platform across the globe for that thought-provoking dialogue, a definite eargasm.
I think it... Oh man, getting that old feeling back.
That old tingly feeling.
That old tingly feeling. Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, with the intro, you know what that means. It's time for all the bacon and eggs. I am, of course, MMB, and I'm here with
JGAG.
JGAG is...
I almost forgot my name.
I saw that. It's been a long time for us, but of course, I'm here in beautiful, opulent Henderson, Nevada, in the Leo Post Studios. JGAG's is in his home, in his closet.
I am back in the closet.
But we are back, and it's
been what, like 8 or 9 months or something?
I think when I last looked at when I looked at our last show, and when it was published, it was 7 months.
7 months.
So,
okay. Yeah. We were just building momentum for this comeback show. Actually, I think the last show we did, it was a comeback show.
The last show was a comeback show. And, it was a lot of me. I think I had some issues with the girl that I was seeing at the time. And boy, has 7 months been not kind to your boy. But
yeah, I was gonna say, I thought we had discussed before the show that you had some more issues. It's like we only come on the show now to discuss your girl issues.
You know what? I don't go to therapy, so this has to be it. So I mean, people like the 5 listeners that listen to us, they can help me out and send in some antidotes, some advice, antidotes, things that might work, some rituals, I don't know, things that might help me in my pursuit of happiness with the fairer sex.
You just have to go back in the closet like me. You're doing it all wrong.
I am, yes, very, very true. But, the whole thing is, I'm not going to get into, a whole thing. I was thinking about just kind of breaking it up into segments and then kind of going piece by piece. I'm still not sure about that yet because it's still pretty fresh. But
okay.
What we will do is we'll get into some tidbits around it because it's still kind of, like I said, it's still fresh and there's still other stuff that's going on with it that I don't know if I can speak on it just yet because it's still active.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting and not a good look for me per se because I considered myself to be somewhat intelligent. But when it comes to this, for some reason, I am the dumbest person on earth. And
when it comes to this situation or just women in general?
When it comes to women in general, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. So I think the audience knows my backstory of terribleness. Yeah. So I can't say I'm any better at this. I mean, I got lucky and have a wife now who has tolerated me for 5 years. So we'll see.
There you go. So, but anyway, what have you been up to?
Well, I just got back from storming the Capitol. That was pretty cool. I'm not sure if you saw that on TV, but they are currently storming the Capitol building. So I was hanging with all my homies, all the other white people. Yeah, they're actually storming the Capitol, dude. It's wild.
For what?
And I don't want to come across as condoning that. So I don't condone it, and I don't think MMB does either. But you know what's crazy is that they just showed a picture of somebody who got into the Capitol, and they're in there with the Confederate flag. And I'm thinking, they already lost. Like, how many times do they want to lose? Like, like what is going on, man? But it's a wild scene at the Capitol right now. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. I don't like to see. I like to see protest, but I don't like when things turn too crazy.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's been a lot since we last talked. The election came, and it's apparently still under debate. Debate who won.
Right.
I don't get it, but
did we last talk with was coronavirus going on, or were we just starting coronavirus?
Coronavirus was going on. We had talked about stuff that we were doing during the pandemic. I think we talked about The Last Dance and everything, because that was because that was prevalent. Last Dance, Tiger King, and all that stuff was all about during Corona, and those are the two main topics that people that came and went, because nobody's talking about. They saved
us. They saved us during those early months. Dude, that Tiger King, man, that was ferocious.
Oh, Tiger King with Carol Baskins and Joe Exotic. Oh my gosh!
To tie it all in, he actually asked for pardon from Trump. And I was thinking, you know what, man? If this man just goes out pardoning the Tiger King, what a way to finish.
He's been pardoning a lot of people now. I'm forgive me. I'm not going to get into the politics, because first of all, I don't really get into it at all. But it's crazy. You hear a lot about what's been going on and how the country has been completely not completely unraveled, but it's been divided, to say the least, for a long time.
Sure.
For a long time, and things are a lot. It's just a lot of people that are so much into their side that they're not being open-minded. And I'm talking about both.
It seems like both sides have only extremes, and nobody can actually meet in the middle.
Yeah. There's black and white, and there's no gray area, which that's not true, because life is all a gray area.
It's like us.
Yeah. So,
did you see Wonder Woman?
Which one?
The new one that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was pretty disappointed, dude.
So that movie came right because it released on Christmas, right?
Right.
And I watched it, and I ended up, because I was like, oh man, I'm excited to see, because I liked the first Wonder Woman. It was really good.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, oh, I'm excited. Let me see what they do. But the trailer to it, I was like, what is this gold jumpsuit that she's wearing, and why is she wearing this in the trailer? And I'm like, this is going to suck. In my head, I'm like, this is going to be a terrible film. And it lived up to that. It
lived up to the terrible. Sometimes when you're like, this is going to be terrible, then it ends up being better, even though it's a bad movie, because you think it's going to be like hot garbage. Yeah, and it was still bad.
I should say it lived down to it, because it was pretty bad. Like it made no. I mean, if she was doing all this stuff and nobody knew about it, that makes no sense. Anyway,
right?
Kristen Wiig
for like
was in it.
For like, what was it, 50 years or 30, 40 years or something from the timelines? Like nobody knew it was her.
Yeah.
Until then.
Exactly, and she can fly, and then she could do this. I was like, what? They just tried to cram. Just like the DC, they'd cram too much stuff into their films.
She had 40 years to figure out how to fly, and she just figured out how to fly.
Because her boyfriend left her. Or she had to kill her boyfriend again.
And then it was crazy to me that they actually
Spoiler alert,
I didn't think they would. What?
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, we're just warning you. But it's crazy to me that they actually crossed over with a movie from 2019, Cats. I didn't see that coming. I didn't know that they were going to cross over with the musical and have, I guess, one of the villains from Cats fight Wonder Woman at the end.
Oh yeah,
that threw me. I can't say. I don't know. I was thrown off by that, dude. I think everybody who was watching HBO Max with me, like I can't say that, or Sisalak will get me. There was only my family members, my immediate family was watching, but the other 20 people that were watching with me, we were all like, I think we all started booing and hissing. I guess that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
Cats.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people do that in real life, not just in movies.
Dude, it was such a terrible look.
So yeah, but that movie was terrible. Kristen Wiig did.
Would you watch it again?
No.
Yeah,
No.
That doesn't pass that test.
No. I mean, I can watch some bad movies, and there's some that are just too cheesy that they're bad, so bad they're good, I should say.
Right.
Like I like watching. I'm gonna plug another YouTube channel, but it's OSW Review. They for the most part do old school wrestling reviews, but they do movies, and they've introduced me to a couple movies like Samurai Cop, and Samurai Cop, and a
sounds amazing.
And a movie called Fatal Deviation, which is
Marlon's not prepared for the show.
You know how it is. You know it couldn't be all the bacon and eggs without some interference. And it just won't stop now. Of course, this is my friend who texted me in succession about 5 or 6 times at the least. So let me see if I can turn this off. It's been too long, guys. It's been,
I feel bad for MMB though. He's got to kind of. I hope that I just
you said
left
my
the screen.
name.
Hopefully we're still there. Okay.
No, I'm still here.
I accidentally exited the screen. I thought I lost you.
Oh no! You'll never lose me.
Was Samurai Cop any good?
No. Oh my God, it was the worst thing ever. So it's a guy, and they have it on. Let me get back to the camera here. So they have it where the cover. Do you remember how we're old, so Nintendo used to have like these really cool covers for their games. Yeah, and you're like, oh man, it looks awesome, and then you get and it's like this 8-bit like throw up on the screen that looks nothing, that has nothing to do with the cover. Similar to this with this movie, there's a cop dressed in the cop uniform with the hat and everything, and he's holding a samurai sword, and he has a decapitated head, and that's the cover of this DVD or movie, whatever. Has nothing to do with that. There's never a guy in a cop uniform in there. The guys are all detectives. The samurai cop is a white dude with really long hair, and most of the film he's wearing a woman's wig because they had to do reshoots, and he cut his hair off since they first shot. Oh. So the wig comes off in the scenes, and it's kept in the movie. So you can see as they're fighting, and it looks atrocious. And
it reminds me of it. Was it Matt Damon or Mark Wahlberg? I get him confused. Who is in these movie about the wall or whatever? Did you ever see that?
Oh my God!
He was like a warrior, and he fought like with the. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Oh, or The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise.
Except for well, The Last Samurai though, he was a British dude, right? He was like a British soldier, I think, or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where Matt Damon or whichever one was in. I can't remember where he came from. I thought he was just Asian to begin with for some reason.
No, he was not Asian. I don't know where because it was Matt Damon. I remember that. I was like, oh, this looks kind of bad, but it might have something. Matt Damon's been doing some really good movies. No, not a good movie at all.
Is Keanu Reeves? He's part Asian, right?
Keanu Reeves, I think so. Yes.
Okay, because I was going to bring up, what was it, 47 Ronin or whatever?
Yes.
Because he played the
Yes.
samurai in that one.
Yeah.
But okay, if he's part Asian, then he gets a pass. That's fine.
I mean, people can play whatever they want. I mean, it's acting. I don't get a big. I'm not one of those people like, oh, it has to be this or it has to be that. But if there is somebody that fits the role and is good, okay, cool. That's.
So you're okay with Robert Downey Jr. playing the black guy?
Oh, and Tropic Thunder.
Right.
Oh, that was one of my. I could not stop laughing. It was hilarious because they played it up so much. I'm okay with actors playing, doing different roles. Do I want to see an Asian Martin Luther King in a film? Why not? Why not?
Now they got to do it.
Why not? For a long time, and this is copywritten, so nobody try to take my idea. But me and my cousin, we were working on RoboCop the musical, and starring as the titular character would be Vern Troyer, the late great Vern Troyer as RoboCop.
Oh my gosh!
And now I got to retool it. I mean, I'm in talks with Emmanuel Lewis's people, to see if he could take over. But
what's a main line that RoboCop says?
The main line is "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." Is it? No.
Is that? It's like "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." And
yes.
He pulls out his gun.
Yes, exactly. And then we
you
also
have snaps.
And then, we got so the bigger one, this is a whole Paul Verhoeven thing that I've been on, because Total Recall, the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so we also are going to do.
Oh wait, I thought it was the Colin Farrell classic.
Okay. See, this is
Kate
the last episode.
Is that right?
This is the last episode of All the Bacon and Eggs, because now I have to. But no. Oh my gosh, that movie was so bad. We could do.
That's one of those movies, though, that it's so bad that every time it's on, I just watch it. I don't know why. That and Avatar.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Okay.
I have to watch it.
Avatar is Fern Gully, and I saw Fern Gully way before Avatar, and now they're doing like 5 more Avatars that nobody asked for. Why?
I know you're getting to a point. I don't want to interrupt you, but do you think they'll ever release any of the new Avatar movies that they've been trying to for like 12 years?
Not with this pandemic, because he's not going to release on a home video. He's definitely not going to do that. Those movies cost too much, and he wants that box office money. He wants that box office money. You got to get it. So, but what I was going to say, Paul Verhoeven. He did RoboCop 1, and then he did Total Recall. He also did Starship Troopers. He also did Basic Instinct. Okay. So he's a really good director. But Total Recall, we're going to do Total Recall the musical. So we're going to have, I don't know who was going to star in Total Recall the musical. I was thinking maybe Jaleel White playing the Arnold Schwarzenegger role. But I'm
really picturing Nick Cage.
No, Jaleel White, Urkel. Come on, man, get it.
Oh, I get that.
But he's kind of buff now, so no, maybe it might be too much, or maybe I don't know.
What's the guy's name that plays Carlton?
Oh, Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get that, or maybe the Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg could play the Quaid role. So we just
turn it into a rap musical.
No. He'll still be singing. There's no rap, and it'll be opera. So no rapping.
Okay, what's a big line from Total Recall?
Get your ass to Mars. So that's the whole thing is get your ass to Mars. It's like a whole thing, and it's like there's a big production, and it's yes. So anybody that hears this, you cannot take that.
Some director, some big fancy director that's listening to us is already on it.
Yeah. That big fancy director that listens
All
to
the,
us.
all the Steven Spielbergs right now penning Total Recall, the musical.
So, so how was your Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas?
Sorry, I'm looking up Total Recall quotes now.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's say you're telling the truth, and this is all a dream. I could pull this trigger and it won't matter. I don't know. I'm kind of getting into it now.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should.
In 30 seconds, you'll be dead, and I'll blow this place up, and then be home in time for cornflakes. And then you have cornflakes in there, and you're getting extra money from that.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Let's see. Halloween. Dude, I don't know. It was like 3 months ago. I don't even know what I did. Thanksgiving was cool. We went to Tennessee and got to hang out with my family, and they got to see my son, who is now walking, which is crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Christmas was cool. We went to Texas. But remember, Steve Sisolak, if you're listening, we went to Texas on Zoom calls, not in person. I don't want you to throw me in jail.
Yeah, Steve Sisolak's not going to throw you in jail for doing something that he does. Anyway.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's where you put the laugh track in there. That was good.
So what I'm going to, because I was like, oh man, I have a on the 72 Entertainment Group Podcast Network. There's a new show, and this person, she has her whole setup, and I was like, man, I do like 3 podcasts, and I don't have any of that setup. Like, they have the laugh track, they have the whole thing, and I'm like, what? I'm doing this all wrong. I've been doing this all wrong. I need to get my stuff set up. I'm just doing this with my computer and my microphone, and that's it. That's pretty much. And
yeah, we're a horse and buggy production. That's what it should be. That's what we should be called. 72 Entertainment Group partnered with Horse and Buggy Productions.
Horse and Buggy Productions. So that's beautiful. So yeah, we might do that. Going down to the county office to put that fictitious firm name in right now. So
how was your holiday season, except for women troubles?
Well, it was mired in women troubles. So Halloween. I've been in my neighborhood in here for about 7 years, I think. And I've never handed out candy. Never had a desire. No. One thing is I'll be working. So I wouldn't get home, and I didn't really see the first and second year. After the first and second year of being here, I didn't really see people trick-or-treating on my street. For whatever reason this year, I went to my ex wanted to hand out candy. And I said, okay. So I went to the store, and I had forgot how much and how ridiculous candy purchasing is around Halloween.
Yeah, they jack up those prices really, really high.
They have, okay, so I go to one station. They have this one station. It's like, okay, you got 100 pieces of candy in this one bag. Cool. Like, you move a couple feet, to another station on the other side of the store. Oh, you get 125 pieces of candy. Okay, cool. Let's get that one instead. Then you go again, keep going. Oh, we have 175 pieces of candy. It's all the same candy. It's just different sizes. And I was just like,
right.
What is this? And as I'm leaving, like, if I finally decided I must have looked like a crazy person, because I'm putting candy, I'm picking it up, put it in the basket. I move and I go get another one, put this one back. And then I did this like 5 times. And as I finally make my final selection, and I'm like, okay, I got enough candy. Let's go. I'm leaving, and it's like 250 pieces of candy in this one bag. And I'm like, son of a... And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm not dealing with it. And so that's how that went. That was sat there and drank some beers and handed out candy. That was fun.
What you'll do for women.
Oh my God. You have no idea.
Man,
no,
she got you to hand out candy.
She got me to do a lot of things that, we'll get into, hopefully over the next, maybe when we do our next episode next year, we'll
Halloween special.
Talk about it. Yes, but
the engagement part 2.
Oh man, it was. I was engaged. Yeah, I was. It was nice.
Spoiler. Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin that for everybody.
For a month, and then yeah.
Hey, we've both been there, man. I was engaged for a month before too. Yeah. So you're part of the club now.
It's not fun, especially when you're old. Like I am. So it's like I don't need any more projects.
Sorry, I got to sneeze. I was trying not to.
Just look at your face like, what is going
on? I was like trying to figure out if I should take my headphones off or just sneeze right into it.
Like something was in your ear, like just.
You know who I think. I don't know if you've ever dressed up as this person for Halloween, but I think you would be a incredible Shrek.
Okay.
You would be you're much more handsome than Shrek, but you have you're just a big dude. You would be I could be a donkey, and I was trying to think of the joke, but I couldn't remember if it was Republicans or Democrats that were donkeys. I think it's Republicans, so then I can dress up as Trump.
Yeah. No.
Huh?
No. I mean, I do say that I have Shrek shoulders because they're hairy, but whatever. I'm old. So
that's all right, dude. Mine are hairy too.
So I had I forgot about another Paul Verhoeven classic, Showgirls. Anyway,
that just got put on Netflix. I saw
starring Elizabeth Berkley. Yes, Jessica Spano from Saved by the Bell.
Rated X.
So bad. But anyway, so no, my Shrek shoulders. What was I going to be for Halloween? I was going to be Kingpin.
Oh, dude, that's a great one too.
I was going to be Kingpin because I was going to wear my suits. I haven't worn my suit in a long time, and I was like, man, I want to do this, but Calamity, whatever. Me and
what was she going to be?
She was going to be. Oh, was it the witch, Scarlet Witch?
Oh, okay. I thought maybe she was going to be what's her name that was in the Daredevil movies,
Elektra,
or TV shows. No. I mean, Elektra would be fine, but was it Rosario Dawson?
Mm-hmm.
Her character, I forget what she was just like the doctor. I don't know.
No, what are you talking about?
Yeah, in the Netflix shows.
She was. Yeah, Rosario Dawson. Yeah. I mean, the girl was. Oh shit.
She's also a Jedi now.
Whoops. Sorry.
What are you reading?
I just remembered I needed to send something, but she's
also a Jedi, so that's cool.
She's Ahsoka Sano. What is her name?
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't want to say it because then Star Wars fans will be mad at me.
Yeah, I don't get. I mean, I'd love. Do you watch The Mandalorian?
I do. Yeah. I think it's decent. I thought all the episodes were good, not great. I really liked the last episode though, but I don't want to spoil it for everybody if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, this was. I don't know if you can see her. This is my fiance there, our ex.
Did she just blink?
No. Are
you sure? I think she blinked, dude. Wait, go to the left a little bit so the audience can see too.
The audience can see. So you can see it. Nobody else can see it.
You stealing all the white women?
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that it didn't work out.
Yeah, man. And I am too. But when you are hard headed and you don't listen to people when they are pointing out obvious things about the relationship and how strange it is, and things that we'll get into later on if I can muster up the courage, which I'm pretty sure I could.
He's got to be able to do it without crying a lot.
So, okay, so we're not going to be crying. There's not going to be. There's no.
Wait till I'm there in person. I'll hold you, Marlon.
No, okay.
MMB, sorry, stage name.
Stage name. so you have, but you have. Look, things happen. Things come and go. People come and go, and it is what it is. But
how long ago did you guys break up? Just so I know, like how fresh or raw.
The 21st of December.
Okay, so that was pretty recently.
Yeah.
All right, so there. Yeah, we'll give it another week, and then you should be completely over it.
So
yeah, a week. Yeah,
a week. I'll be fine. I just have to, but I do want to get my, like I said, the listeners are going to have to be, the therapist, because I'm going to be on the couch. They're going to have to, because I'm going to be on the couch just talking about my problems, and you guys be ready, because in between all of the hilariousness, you're going to, in movie reviews and stuff that we talk about, you're going to have to deal with my pain. That's the cost of listening to this show.
It's the cost of get ready, you single listener.
Get ready to put this on mute.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them. I think it's a boy, actually. I'm not even sure if my family listens anymore, but
you know what? It's funny. It's funny that you say that, because I see the listeners and I see the trends and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. Because we haven't recorded a show in 7 months, and we were still getting listeners. So that's
really,
oh yeah. So it was really, really cool. I like that a lot, and I want to, part of. I mean, I'll just say it like this. I was kind of dealing with the Stockholm syndrome. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. But that's kind of rude of me. Stockholm syndrome is when you are kidnapped and you start to kind of believe in what that the captors are your whatever they say they are to you.
Right.
Then you kind of fall into that life with them, and it's like it's normal, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying it right, but that's pretty much what I was dealing with. So I didn't really record anything. I didn't do anything. I was told that I would have time, but when I had time to do it, I was told I needed to spend time, and I needed to do this and I needed to do that, and it was a whole lot of things that made me question. But
we'll get into that at a later episode.
But nonetheless, I am back doing all of these shows. So when I was gearing up for it, I was looking at where we were and what we did, and I was like, wow, we had a lot of fun. We need to do this more. And that's when I reached out to you.
Did we have a lot of fun
doing the show?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have fun doing the show?
I mean, I try to. It's hard though when people just keep on trying to talk about their relationships. I'm just joking. We need to see if we can get our podcast on with the Levitard and Friends show now that he left ESPN.
Oh man, have you listened to him since he left?
Yeah, I listened the last couple of days.
How is it?
Actually, it sounds just the same, pretty much. I mean, they don't do much different, except for there's not many commercials, so that's good.
Oh man, because I couldn't stand.
It was terrible at the end there.
I could not stand the Levitard was one of my I mean, this was like kind of what we had envisioned, doing something kind of like that show, or that kind of spirit, I guess, because it was because we both liked the Le Batard show a lot, and I loved that show and his TV show, Highly Questionable.
Right.
I even enjoyed it with all the pandemic and watching people in their Zoom calls or whatever they were doing. But
no, it's cool. I just type a show on Spotify and it's right there every day. They have like 4 or 5 different episodes that are brand new.
You know, what else you can find on Spotify?
What?
All the bacon and eggs.
That's true. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's right. Ron Swanson.
We can. If you have so just do a shameless plug here. We have the originators, All the Bacon and Eggs. Then you have the Always Into Something podcast. Then you have the Already in the Ring, which is a wrestling podcast. And then you have Unwind the Talk Show, which has completely in 2 days shattered our record of listeners in 2 days. So, but you can find all those on the 72.
Are those all that you appear on?
No, I don't appear on the Unwind the Talk Show.
Gotcha.
I don't appear. I'm trying to limit myself to just the ones that I currently do, because it's a lot to be doing these shows, but I enjoy them so much. I enjoy just sitting up here talking and talking about my relationships and bringing everybody down. I enjoy that because I want everybody to feel my pain. Okay,
right. It's nice when everybody else isn't happy as well.
And when you're not happy, all you want to be surrounded around is miserable people.
Yeah.
Everybody
that's listening, you better be miserable.
Yo, woo. No, okay.
Oh man. So you were still together with her in Thanksgiving. So what'd you guys do for Thanksgiving?
Oh, so that was a whole ordeal in itself.
Oh man. Okay.
So yeah, we did not spend Thanksgiving together because she has a daughter. She had to take her to the parents, the families, the other family situation, all that stuff. And I went to my mom's house. I did not want it. Then it became an issue, so we did a lot of fighting on Thanksgiving.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's just like Thanksgiving, though. I mean, white people slaughtering Indians eventually. I mean, it goes hand in hand. So I think you were just living in the spirit of Thanksgiving.
It goes hand in hand. So, but yeah, Thanksgiving wasn't good. Christmas, obviously we had already broken up, and because they had moved into the house, they were living here with me. And
at your place?
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know it was that serious.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a later episode.
We'll have to get into that in a later episode. But still, because the Leo Pope Studios got moved, so the stepdaughter can have where the original place was. But we'll get all into that later.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The stepdaughter took your studios?
She took the studio.
You could have. I mean, why didn't you just call me and I would have been like, no, it's the wrong kind of woman for you. I would have told you right then and there. That's a mistake.
So
are you in a closet too now? Is that where you're at?
No,
where are you
no,
at?
no. I'm in the Leo Pope Studios, which is the.
Oh, you're back in.
I'm in the new Leo Pope Studios, which is in a smaller venue, in a smaller building.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's not a closet. It is a room. It just doesn't have a ceiling fan, so it does get hot in here, and I can only imagine during the summertime what it's going to be like. But
so you were pretty much the Leo Pope Studios was like T-Mobile Arena. Now you're back at like Thomas and Mack.
Pretty much.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go back. You don't want to go to my studio. I'm at Sam Boyd right now.
Yeah. No, nobody wants that. So I'm just waiting to build a new Allegiant Stadium so I can move Leo Pope Studios into where it really needs to be.
Right. Right at 50-yard line.
Yeah, so just that would be great. Just do a show from the Raider Stadium. That'd be awesome.
Live from Raider Stadium. Yeah. This is MMB.
Exactly. So the New Year's was interesting.
Did you go out?
No, couldn't go out. Oh, so the Sunday after Christmas, one of my brothers came over, and he was dropping off because he was out here visiting with his family, and he was they did Christmas out here, which was cool because the prices were pretty inexpensive, and they had a good time. Got a nice room. I spent Christmas Eve with them. But he came over that Sunday after Christmas to drop off the tree. He was like, "Can you throw the tree out?" And I was like, "Cool." And he ended up staying, and he was like, "Man, I don't." He slept on the couch, and he was like, when he woke up the next morning, he came to my room. Was like, "Hey, man, don't sleep on or don't use that stuff. Wash it, sanitize." I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I don't feel too good."
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." So 2 days later, he was like, "Yeah, definitely don't do anything because I had COVID."
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was like, "All right, that sucks." So I had to let my job know and had to be on quarantine for which I'm currently on right now for 14 days.
No symptoms though?
I don't have any symptoms. I went and got tested. It was negative.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, I didn't have it, or I don't have it. So, but it was definitely scary because you hear so much about it, and I wasn't really freaking out about COVID because I'm old, but I'm not like to that point.
Yeah.
But I also, I don't put myself out there, and I wasn't really going anywhere to be put in a lot of. Put myself in a position to be around a lot of people.
Right.
Except on Christmas when I surprised my, another part of my family hadn't seen me in a while. But anyway, and it was like how many people were there? Oh, that's right. There was only 3 people and everybody else was on Skype.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
No, they weren't. Anyway. But anyway, we're rebels. We're rebels without a cause on this show. All the bacon and eggs. So
yeah, screw you, Sizzleack.
We don't care about your rules. All about anarchy and chaos. So
yeah,
it was so pathetic. Yeah,
take that.
Anarchy and chaos. Yeah. But we New Year's I had a friend come over and we just hung out and watched YouTube videos until about I don't know. She had to leave. She had to go to work in the morning, so she left. But I drank a lot. I know you don't really drink. I know you don't drink at all. But I drank a lot of champagne and a lot of bourbon.
Oh man, how did that make you feel?
Well, the champagne was not good. Not going to lie. It was good going down, but once it sat there for a little bit, so she left, and I called myself going outside and finishing the cigar, and it was cold. It was cold that night, and I woke up I remember going outside, but I woke up. I don't know how long I had been sitting outside, but I was passed out outside.
You passed out outside?
Outside, sitting in my chair, and I was like, I think I had my phone in my hand, and I just woke up, and I was like, oh man, I got to go to bed, and it was so cold. It was so.
Were you freezing when you woke up?
Well, I had a sweatshirt on and some jeans, so it wasn't like that bad. It was cold. It was my hands were freezing. My hands were. I'm glad, and I had socks on too because that would have been horrendous. Oh my!
How did Marlon die?
yeah, hypothermia outside.
He froze to death in Las Vegas.
Oh,
what a way to go out.
Oh man. So, you know, yeah. It was very interesting. But it was real laid back and low key, nothing too crazy. And, yeah, just kind of, you know, getting back into the swing of things here and getting back to kind of the normal, trying to find the norm after the aftermath of everything, and
right,
including, you know, just the health and all that stuff, because I got concussions and all that stuff. I had to go through MRIs, and I broke my neck at one point and didn't know it. And yeah, exactly.
From this girl?
No.
Oh, I thought she was giving you concussions.
No.
Oh.
No,
I was like, oh man, no wonder you got out of it.
No.
And she broke your neck?
No.
Dang, dude, that was a rough 7 months.
She was the cause of my headaches, though, because they have since dissipated ever since I stopped talking to her. And I'm telling you, I'm like, but she was everything, John. You have no idea. Oops, JGAG, you have no idea how much this. I mean, I showed you the picture of what she looked like, but she was the perfect, like, for what I was looking for, what I thought I wanted in a woman, as far as like physically, it was there.
Right.
And I saw some things. It was basically, it comes down to that I tricked myself into thinking that I could make it work when all the signs were there, which we'll get into at a later date. But, so
you were attracted to her physically, but eventually she revealed herself to be a fraud, mentally and emotionally, and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't any good times, because there were plenty of good times, but the good did not outweigh the bad, and and it did not outweigh the manipulation that was going on. So but I knew that I had a good support system, you included. So I was like, okay, this is going to end bad for me.
Oh no.
And but I got people, because it just felt weird. And so this is not a hard sell or anything, like trying to hook people in to coming back, because I still don't even know if I want to talk about it, but I keep talking about it for some reason. So I don't know how we're gonna to do this. Speaking of bad movies,
the breakup.
Now that was funny. Now that one was funny. With the oh my God, with the kick drum scene at the dinner, and Jan with the kick drum, and dude, move yourself. That was one of the best scenes ever. But anyway, Tenet. Did you see?
Oh, dude, yeah, I saw it.
Did you like Tenet?
I think I gave it a 6 out of 10 on my Instagram page, which I run sometimes, called Did the Movie Suck? So I have an Instagram page called Did the Movie Suck? And that's where I write 1 or 2 sentence reviews for people who, like me, who do not like to read long-winded reviews.
Okay.
So I think I gave it a 6 out of 10. I said it didn't suck totally, but it sucked for a Christopher Nolan film. That's for sure.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
I can't say I wouldn't watch it again. That's for sure. I did have some people though that told me, they're like, you got to go see it. It's super, super cool. And I think going into it, I had too high of expectations. I mean, you should though, because it's a Christopher Nolan movie. He doesn't really miss on too many.
So you're no longer friends with those people, right?
I'm no longer a Nolanite.
You're no longer friends with those people that told you to go watch this film, right? One
of them's my pastor.
They are out of your life forever. You told me to go watch this film. You are banned from my life.
Goodbye, goodbye, pastor. Out of my life, pastor.
Good day, sir. You lose.
I just, I thought it was a complete miss. There was times where and I don't know if it's just me being American, but I had the hardest time understanding British accents. And the dialogue was just so weird, and I think the music was covering it up too. I don't know. Like half the movie, even my wife said we didn't know what was going on because we couldn't understand the dialogue.
Yeah. Oh, so one thing that happened around my birthday, which was November. My birthday is November 2nd. So
did I tell you happy birthday?
I know.
I don't know. I probably didn't because I don't remember birthdays. So happy birthday, dude.
You did in spirit. Anyway, okay. Thank you.
I'm just 2 months late. It's fine.
So we go to Sean Patrick.
You and the girl?
No. Oh, sorry. Me and one of my brothers, whose birthday we're a day apart. So we're, it's like my closest friend. One of my is a close friend. We call him my brother. We call them twins. We call ourselves twins.
Okay. I was going to ask. I was like, is this blood related? Because, no. I mean, everybody's kind of a brother to you. I don't know. I get confused.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of brothers. Anyway, I got a lot of love to give. All right.
There you go.
And so, but anyway, we go to the Sean Patrick's. It's a bar. We're going to watch some football because we can't. It's our big 40th birthday. We're going to do something, but you can't do anything because of the pandemic, right? So we ended up, we're like, we'll just do a 40+1 birthday bash next year. Cool. So
40+1.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's awesome.
We're like, all right, cool. But in the meantime, we wanted to go. Let's at least go get watch some football and then go see a movie or something. All right, cool. So me and him, we go and we are sitting at the bar. And sitting at the bar. Sitting in the bar is a section because this particular bar has a cigar lounge. I like to smoke cigars when I'm, enjoying some adult beverages. And so we we have food, we have drinks, we're having a good time. And then this other group comes in, this other party comes in, and it's 3 guys. And one of them has a big old Trump hat on.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, nice. All right, this is going to be interesting. But we were just sitting there talking about football. They wanted to watch the Chicago football Bears for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. But I have a good friend who's a Chicago Bears fan, so no offense.
He's probably stupid.
Okay. We're not going to, no. Anyway.
Well, you called him a friend. You didn't call him a brother, so
well, he is one of my brothers.
Fine, okay.
Yeah,
they're just slightly stupid.
Yeah, no, he's a doctor and a lawyer. So
what?
Yeah, the smartest.
So he can sue himself for malpractice.
He's the smartest person that I know.
That's awesome.
But anyway, so we are sitting in the bar in this little room, and we're talking, and then they start talking and like, oh, can we get this game on? And blah 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 blah. And so we're talking about basketball. We're just talking about sports, just doing normal guy stuff,
With them?
Yeah. All of us are talking together, we're just mingling. So to set the scene, it's 3, white dudes and 3 black dudes. And because my buddy Phil is over there. He was there before I got there. But he had been there since 10 o'clock, he said, drinking and having a good time. So as they buy us a round of beers, and I was like, that's pretty nice. That's, that's cool. And then as they're leaving, because they're like, oh, we're going to go get something to eat somewhere else. And he was like, all right, guys, it was nice talking to you. I love just sitting here talking about, cigars and sports. Your day's been taken care of. And we were like, what? I'm like, okay. So it was time for us to go see the movie Tenet. And we were like, all right, let me get the tab. So then we go up to the waitress and she's like, hey, I'm like, hey, can I get a tab, please? She was like, no, he already took care of it. What do you mean he took care of it? He took care of everything. And he was like, yeah. And the patron on the bar, she was like, yeah, he really insisted too. She's not playing. He was adamant about taking care of you guys' bills. So he paid for all of our food, which was going to be about $300. It had to be.
Wow.
Food and drink. So that was the most generous act I've ever seen. And it was really cool to have something. I mean, I didn't really. It was just nice. It was a nice gesture for him to do that.
Especially somebody coming in with a MAGA hat on, you think, there could be, something going on, problems here or something.
Yeah, and it could have just been like, oh, we're better than you. But I don't think too much about it, because he was the guy that had the MAGA hat on was actually when he left, because he said the other guy told us, he was like, oh, your day's been paid for, and the guy with the Trump hat was like, that's why I hang with him, and just walked out. So
he said, that's why he's my brother.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. So this guy he was just very loaded and generous, and that was really cool.
Man, that's awesome.
So, and then we ruined the night by going to see Tenet. So that's how that story ends.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good ending to the story.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're all happy. They paid for our meal, and then we went and saw Tenet.
Oh my God. It was so bad. We went to the 5:30 show. We came out and was like, is it 1:00 in the morning? Like, what happened? What is this? Like, it's like, I needed to, my brother was like, I need to watch another movie to get this movie out of my head. It's
you need to cleanse the palate.
I need to cleanse this out. It was so bad.
You're like, give me anything.
And I'm just sitting there eating popcorn and I end up getting sick, which caused
Are you serious?
Which caused a problem with my ex. Oh my God. You have no idea.
You got sick from the popcorn, or sick from drinking earlier?
No, I didn't get sick from drinking earlier. I got sick from, I was already upset about something, and she just exacerbated it. And then when
you saw the movie,
and then I went to go see the movie, and I just was like, just eating the popcorn. I go, okay. And you know how now they can't just pour the popcorn butter on. You have to pour it yourself, and they give you these little things, and it's just like, maybe I just did it too much butter, and it I don't know, but my stomach was hurting the next day, and it wasn't. And they still charge you the same for the butter too, though. Now, they still charge you the same for the popcorn, even though you have to do all the work. You have to, and then they get you the sodas now, so it's so. I just went to a theater, the movies again, because Tenet was the last time, and I was in November 1st, so I just went. I think that it's Saturday after Christmas. Was that the next day?
Was that for Wonder Woman?
No. We went to, my buddy, another one of my brothers rented out a theater.
Oh, that's cool.
So he rented out a whole theater so he can see War with Grandpa.
Oh man, that movie was terrible.
Oh my God.
Dude, you know what's funny is that my little brother did that for his birthday. And that movie was unbearable. I honestly, it was worse than Tenet and Wonder Woman combined.
Oh, I was like,
and it had so many big names in that movie too.
So many big, like Uma Thurman. Like,
yeah, what's his name? The old guy,
Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
it's like Uma Thurman, Robert De Niro, Rob Riggle. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
It was. Yeah. Oh, Christopher Walken.
Walken. Yes.
Okay. Here. Okay. This is going to blow your mind. I just looked it up. I shouldn't have let it like that, because now it's not going to be as fun. I just looked up the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 85%.
Okay. They all had lobotomies. I mean,
what is wrong with them?
Come on. What?
Usually I agree more with the audience than the critics, but the critics gave it a 30%, and that seems too high.
Exactly. Now, because I trust Rotten Tomatoes, because I based my whole totally bitchin' 80s movie tournament off of the Rotten Tomatoes scores. So, and if you want to check that out, check it out on YouTube. More videos to come. Another shameless plug by MMB.
Cheech Marin.
Yes. And Jane Seymour.
Seymour. Seymour.
Yeah, Jane Seymour.
Yes, that's what it is.
Dr. Quinn, the
Medicine Woman.
Medicine Woman. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she's in there, and also from
Yeah,
Wedding Crashers, Kitty Cat. Yeah,
it's quite insane how bad that movie was.
it was like okay, I get it. It wasn't it. I'm just trying to picture like in what context did somebody say that this is what is the purpose and what is the audience for this movie? It has to be for kids.
I mean, I guess it wasn't there to appeal to us. Obviously, it had to have been like middle school and younger, maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think if my little brother said it was good. I'm going to text him right now while we're on air and see if he actually liked it because he's 11.
Okay, I was about to ask how old is he? So okay,
yeah,
11. I think that would be good for. That's the age range they were going for, 11 and under.
Yeah, I think so. So let me see what he says. But yeah, he did it for his birthday, and I just remember sitting there like, this is the worst thing ever. But the cool part though is that the movie theater that I went to had buy one get one free candy, and so I probably had like 9 boxes of candy,
nice,
just nonstop.
Oh my god, the holiday season! Like I was on a really good path. I had lost weight and I was doing good. I was feeling good about myself, and then I'm like, sugar. I have a sweet tooth. And
I'm with you.
If I have sugar, and I'm just going to continue to eat sugar. Like after Christmas, I'm sorry, was it Thanksgiving? I think it was Thanksgiving. My mom had made a German chocolate cake. One of my favorite types of cake, and I just did not look back. Then I was at work buying Hostess cupcakes and stuff, and when it was bad. It was so bad. So I ended up gaining. Go.
German chocolate cakes are the ones with coconut, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, they always look good to me. I don't like coconut.
Oh.
And so every time I eat one, it tricks me, and I'm just thinking, why?
Yeah. Oh man, it was so good.
That's cool. It's fine if you like it, man.
Of course it is. Anyway, but I just got. I had to go down to California for my godson's birthday party. I had never been to one of his birthday parties, and he turned 6, so I had to be there for this particular one. And this was the one that I told, my other family. I was like, oh, and I'm engaged, and everybody was happy for me, and everything was good.
Oh.
And so, but now I gotta, tell them that it's over. But anyway.
You haven't told him yet?
No.
Okay. No. You want me to tell him?
No.
Let's have him join this meeting right now. Yeah, you can tell him on air.
Let's tell him right now. And, because it's a shame because I still have her picture as my background on all my devices. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm an idiot. And you'll find out as we go more and more into this, you'll find out how dumb that is of me to have that. So, but I need to keep the motivation going. So, but anyway, so chocolate cake, sweet potato pies, 7-Up cakes.
7-Up cakes. I haven't heard that for a while.
Oh, so good. But I went to my uncle's house in Hesperia, and he had some German chocolate cake there. And I was like, oh, well, and I'm like, my uncle.
So we meet again.
Yeah. I'm like, I already ate some because he was knocked out in his room when I got there. So, when I went in, I grabbed me some beer and had McDonald's, which was gross. But anyway.
Oh man, you had McDonald's beer and then chocolate cake.
Oh man, yeah, the trifecta.
What a trifecta!
The trifecta of gross bowel movements. Anyway, and immediately didn't even get to enjoy my beer. Had to go to the restroom. It was bad. So for
a little diarrhea.
It was like a lot of just bad eating. You know how when you're doing good, I was taking walks every day, and I had a rhythm going, and then something just comes in and just throws a monkey wrench into it, and then you just eat, and then you eat the wrong stuff, and then that stuff is good to you because it makes you happy.
Right. Is this and I'm telling you what, dude, like I was doing really good before October, but once October comes, I'm just like, I'm going to still, keep working out, but I know that it's going to be me gaining weight because it's going to be candy nonstop. It's going to be goodies nonstop. It's going to be cookie. It's everything. It's impossible, dude, to withstand it. And if you're somebody that's listening that can hold out and still maintain a diet during the holidays, props to you, because that's impressive.
It is impressive, but when you get to a certain age, like today I had I was doing intermittent fasting for a while, which really helped kick it up, and then I was doing like I think 8 and 16 or 8 and 10 and 14. But anyway, that was working. I was walking around my block. Around my neighborhood. That was about 2.5 miles, and I was doing that on a daily basis. And then
nice.
And then I was getting wasn't eating a whole bunch of garbage. I was making my food and eating the simpler the better. Just chicken and maybe some a vegetable. Oh, last night, I don't want to pat myself too hard on the back, but I made a baked salmon and Brussels sprouts.
Wow, look at you, man.
So the Brussels sprouts, to me, are when they're done right, and they are the best thing. So I'll give you my recipe for good Brussels sprouts. So you take them, you cut the stems off, you cut them in half, you put them in the pan, you drizzle some olive oil over them, salt, pepper, paprika. You put them in the oven and until they get nice and charred and they're crispy on the outside, but then they're so tender to the when you bite into them, it's like that nice mix, like that crunch, but then it's soft on it. Oh, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
I'm gonna have to tell my wife because she loves Brussels sprouts.
Oh man, yeah, definitely should do that. You guys should come over one day and I'll cook them for you. What time in the video are we at, so I know when to fast forward for her during the podcast? What time?
We're about an hour and 10 minutes in. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Because she hears me talk too much during the day. She's not going to listen to the whole podcast, so I'm going to have to fast forward to the recipe.
Well, she gets to hear this magic that is MMB's voice for the most part.
This opulent voice.
This smooth, velvety voice of MMB. Bellyache and cry like a little girl about his relationship.
I know, relationships and eating and drinking too much. It's crazy that your brother got COVID and you didn't.
No.
And we were just talking about that the other day. My wife and I were talking about how some people get it and some people don't. I had a worker who is currently, he's now sick again. He's got COVID twice now. And this is the second time. The first time he got really sick. The second time he ended up just losing taste and smell. And so we're just thinking, and he was with a bunch of our other friends, and none of them got sick. So it was really weird to us that, he got sick from one person at the party. Nobody else got sick. And I'm not a scientist. I don't know how it works. But it was all leading me to tell you that when we went to Tennessee and Texas, we were both amazed that we came back and we didn't get sick, because they must clean those planes, I guess, better than I gave them credit for, because our son literally licked every part of that plane. It's possible. It is impossible to, keep a 1-year-old still. And he was just biting all the chairs, licking the windows, licking the armrests, crawling on the carpet, licking the floor. I mean, it's disgusting. But when you have a 1-year-old, it's almost impossible, especially in a plane, to keep him still. We tried our best. And so we were thinking, if he didn't get COVID and we didn't get COVID from him, like, are we immune? Like, how is that? How is it possible to go through the airport? He licks everything. We're close to him every day. We don't get it. But then somebody even like goes near, walks by somebody quickly who has COVID and then they get it. I just don't know how it works. I don't get it.
I don't know. I thought that when it first started that I might have had it. We were already, in the midst of the shutdown in Vegas, so I wasn't working or anything. I was just in my house. So I thought that I might have had it because I had like a sore throat and just the chills and all that stuff associated with the flu. And then come to find out that was what COVID was. So when my brother came over, he had told me, he was like, I lost my sense of taste and smell.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not about to be like, oh my God, get away from me. It is what it is. He came over because he needed to hang out for a little bit and get away from his wife. And just not getting, that was bad. I didn't mean it like that.
Hopefully she doesn't listen to this.
I didn't mean it like that. He came over to drop the tree off and just to talk and just hang out. Just besides him and his wife.
He needed to get away from that crazy woman that he's married to.
No, not like that. Not like that.
Did any of his family get sick?
Everybody got sick except for his son, my godson. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's weird how that works too, right?
Yeah, because I did not. He was in the house. Like, it wasn't like, he was sitting on the couch, on the opposite end of the couch. And then he because I have 2 couches in my house now, and one with the old one and the new one. And he was sitting, and he still went to go lay down on the one he was going to sleep on. And I was like, okay. And it nothing, like I didn't feel anything or anything at all. I don't know how it works. I really don't.
Huh.
I really don't know how it works. But I had to, because I was exposed to it, I had to take 14 days off from work.
Did your ex-fiance make you clean your house better than it was before?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, that was good.
She did. She cleaned most of it.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So you should see the backyard. The backyard is ridiculous. She went through and did a lot of stuff with it.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, it was a lot of good stuff, but it did. Yeah. So
it was mostly bad stuff.
We'll let these people. We'll let the people decide. Oh my God!
What do you mean these people?
What do you mean these people? MMB,
the Baconators.
You son of a no. The Baconators.
We're gonna get sued by Wendy's.
Oh, that is the Baconators. Okay, yeah. But
yeah, I just thought that would work. We did come up with something though, right?
I thought it was the bacon and eggers or something. I don't know. It was something weird because I liked. I'm an old wrestling fan, and Bobby Heenan would always call them ham and eggers. So bacon and eggers were that's cool too. But all of those in the all the bacon and eggs universe. They can decide of how bad I was and how good. What is that?
This is a dog hair. I was just looking at it.
Oh, okay. Looking at
They're
it
all
close.
over.
Yeah, all in my view here. Did you know that I got a gray mustache here? Now,
Let me see.
I don't think you can see it. I don't know which side it's on.
You mean mustache? Because your beard looks a little gray.
No, my beard is all gray now.
But you've never had a gray mustache.
Never had a gray mustache hair. So
what about do you get like gray chest hairs?
No, I did not get that. So dealing with this person, I noticed that I started getting more gray hairs, and I got balder. So
balder?
Yeah.
That's hard to do, man.
I mean, we both kind of suffer from the recessed the cul-de-sacs going on top of our heads.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, because
we both look like George from Seinfeld.
So I was just looking at I'm like, man, okay, I'm shaving. I'm doing my sophisticated shave system. And, yes. Oh yeah. And I noticed, I'm like, is that a gray mustache hair? I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. I'm turning into an old man before my very eyes. And
was that before or after you guys broke up?
Oh, it was before. I think that's why she left
so
me.
that was one of the reasons too then, huh?
That was one of the reasons why she left me. Or why?
Is it?
Well, she didn't leave. Well, she didn't leave me. I'm set the record straight, and she did not leave me.
Did you guys have a date set or anything like that?
Yeah, to get married.
Yeah,
yeah. So we were going to get married the 22nd of November.
Okay, November 22nd. So I'm trying to think of when my wedding is.
So
I think mine was November 27th.
Okay, so it was going to be I was going to be 40. She was going to be 30, and it was 20. The year was 2020.
You're going to get married this November? Past November?
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. It gets crazier. Don't trust me.
How long were you guys engaged for?
I gave her the ring probably about 2 weeks before that.
Well, if you like it, you got to put a ring on it.
I liked it. I liked it too much. Anyway.
Dang, dude. That's great. We'll talk later.
Yeah, definitely. So all of these questions, like this is what we're going to do. You're going to interview me, and I'm going to answer these questions as best as I can. You're just going to come. We'll do a segment each week where you have three questions, and we talk about the relationship in order how it goes, and we'll just do it.
Was her daughter cool?
Yeah, her daughter was cool.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Dang, you're going to be a dad just like that.
Yeah, I was going to be a dad just like that, and it was, and I was more than capable, and this is what I wanted. And then to have it taken from me because of just devious behavior. I'm more angry at myself than anything, to get down to be really, really honest.
The brass tacks.
Yeah. And then to put myself in a position to be so naive, when I'm obviously better than that for everything but women. There's a reason why people say that, but this is a family show, so I can't say what they really say. But let's just say that a part of a woman is undefeated, and
her brain. It's her brain. Because women are always right.
They're always right, but there's you can get it anyway. So there's a reason why. And
did the stepdaughter call you dad?
She called me stepdad at one point, but no, they didn't. No, she didn't call me dad like that. No.
Okay. Did you was the dad still in the picture?
That's a whole nother subject. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Yeah. He was not at the point of our interaction, because if you go back into the last episode, it was more me wondering how to get this girl, because we were kind of in a out phase, because this was during the pandemic and I hadn't seen her for a long time, and then she comes over to break up, not break up, but just say that she can't see me anymore. But then I don't know. I just kept pursuing it like a dummy, and I was able to get her to the point where I won her over, but it was only a means to an end, if I can say it like that. It was not as far as me winning her over in the traditional sense of like, oh, we're in love and we're going to do this. It was more of, I'm going to say I love you because I want to get something out of this.
Gotcha.
Type of thing.
Right.
So,
well, I don't want to ruin it for everybody who's listening now, because we'll get to this in another episode.
Well, we're going to definitely get to this because, I'm back. That was another thing that people were telling me, that like, you don't seem, we're not getting MMB. I'm just getting like MB. You're not the same. You're losing. You lost yourself or something.
She took a part of you.
And I was just like, and I felt like they were right, but I didn't want to admit it at the time. So, slowly but surely, MMB 72 is coming back. And are you MMB right now, and you're just waiting for the 72 to come back, or you feel like you're fully 72? I am just MM right now. Also, Eminem, don't sue us, please. That one listener is also an Eminem representative
who works for Wendy's.
Yeah, he works for Wendy's. Yeah. Oh, we got him now.
They're so screwed. But little do they know we don't have any money.
None. Come and get us. So it's one of those things where we have I've come across a whole different, because you being a person of, and I want to keep it light, but this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this kind of, and then we're gonna go into we'll break it up into pieces for the subsequent shows. Because you're a person of faith, and you think something, and you say, hey, let this bring something in to my life, and that I can bring a person into my life that is for me. It's kind of difficult to explain because I don't get into this kind of stuff that often, and it's probably this will be the last time I will say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because they've been waiting for a long time. I'm gonna give them everything I got right now.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I would ask, like, hey, just bring someone into my life, and every time I would do that, it would be something with her. She would either text me, she would come by, or it was like it was meant to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it just seemed like that this was what I was being pushed in the direction to do, to be with this person, not just because she was in need or anything like that, but she did need some help with certain things and aspects in her life. But it just felt that was what I was being pushed to do. It was more not just because of lust or anything like that. That I'm too old for that. It was more so that than anything, what kept me going, because I was like, well, I don't think I would be put in this situation after, what I've asked for, and then these things keep coming up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Actually, I totally do. My first wife. So when we were dating, she said, the person that I'm supposed to marry, I asked God for a specific sign, and God told me that the person that I marry is going to present me with a certain something, right? And she's like, if we're supposed to be together, then when you ask me to marry you, you'll present me with this certain something. And so I'm thinking, I'm like, man, what I'm praying, and like, what is this certain something? I really like this girl, I'd love to marry her. And literally at that moment, it was white lily. It came to my mind. And so I presented her with this, and it was right. It was correct. And so I was thinking this whole marriage is like meant to be. But obviously it didn't work out, you know, and I look back and I'm like, well, why would you send that woman to me? You know, like, why would you put her in my life? But I see like all the stuff that I went through prepared me for being an even better husband now, you know? And so I look back and I'm like, man, it sucked. And it was just one of the most difficult things that I ever had to gone through, but I wouldn't trade it for the man that I became after I went through it, you know? And so now I can be a better husband to my wife. And I think going forward, you could be a better boyfriend and hopefully husband to another woman, you know, if that's what's meant to be. So just keep that in mind. You know, certain crappy things do happen for a reason, to build you up.
Well, definitely. And that's the thing, you know, when you think about everything that you've gone through in life, it's all prepared you for your future. You're going to get knocked down. And I was just talking with my uncle about this last night. I'm like, you're going to get knocked down. It's all about getting back up. And,
right.
And cause I'm never going to just stay down. I'm going to get knocked down, but I'm going to keep getting back up.
Yeah. It's like, I think Chumbawamba said it best. You get knocked down, but you get up again. You're never going to keep me down. You get knocked down. Yeah. Wow. You know that song I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. The
Tub Thumper.
The drink said, what can you drink? I do a lager drink. yeah. Yeah. That guy, that song. Y'all remember that?
I don't know what she says. She says something like, "He's in the night away."
Yeah.
Oh no, now we're gonna be sued for having that on the show.
Oh my goodness. But you know, you get knocked down and you get up again and you move forward and you do all that good stuff. And you're right, because I don't think that I would not take back any of the things that I've learned in my life. Any of the setbacks, because you get stronger, you get wiser for it, you know,
right.
Going through this kind of pain, I don't have any enemies. So I just I wouldn't want to go through it, but it is necessary because it builds character and it builds, and
right.
It makes, like you said, if it's supposed to happen, I will be better for the next person. Hopefully I'm not going to, because I don't want to take this experience and just all of a sudden be like super, D-bag, like, oh my God, every woman's just terrible and they just want something.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take it and go that direction with it. I just think that this situation didn't work out.
Definitely don't do that, because you could miss the person that might be right there for you. Because my wife came after the divorce. My wife came like 2 months later.
Yeah,
and we were engaged 6 months after I got the divorce went through, as I probably explained. But if I would have had that mentality, like, oh, women suck, all of them suck, I totally would have missed out on my wife. You know. Yeah. So not only for you, but everybody who's listening, don't just think just because one woman treats you badly or ends roughly that all women are going to treat you like that.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Bartholomew, you M&M's and Wendy's rep? That's
Bartholomew. Bartholomew. That's it. That's his name. Well, you pulled that one out. Yeah. Way deep in your butt.
So, I was just like, hey, let me think about what I wanted to do after this. And I was like, I just need to just relax and get back to the things that made me happy and I had fun doing. So that was me getting more,
RoboCop.
Yeah, that well, that's tainted because I made her watch it with me. So now that has connotations.
Did she like it?
Yeah, she did. That was another litmus test. That was another was like, okay, if you like RoboCop, we can be together. But
I was gonna say, if she didn't like it and you still went forward with it, I would be so mad at you.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah,
I hate RoboCop and podcast and music.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, oh, so another thing that made me think about it when I was watching, it was. I don't know how I felt about it because it was like towards the tail end of the relationship that I was, and I ended up watching something I was anticipating, and I don't know if I might watch it again, but it was a documentary about the Bee Gees.
About the what?
The Bee Gees, the group.
Huh. Yeah.
So,
where'd you watch that at?
It was on HBO Max. I watched it at my house.
Gotcha.
So I was like, man, I want to see, because I have a couple of the songs a lot of the songs that the Bee Gees made were good. They got kind of thrown into this whole disco era with the Saturday Night Fever, and the people had to revolt against disco. The Bee Gees were at the top of the list for whatever reason, and but they had this song called Love You Inside and Out. If you get a chance to, Bartholomew, if you get a chance to go listen to it, and and just, if you have like where they can show you the lyrics, just think about those. It was one of my favorite songs, not only because of the arrangement, the music, but the lyrics of what they were talking about was how I was feeling in the relationship that I was in, and it was pretty darn interesting. But the documentary, it talked about their whole career, and all of the brothers, spoiler alert, all of the brothers, well, everybody knows there's only one BG left, and it's the oldest brother. Yeah. The oldest brother.
So they're just now the BG. It's just BG. It's not the Bee Gees.
It's just B, because his name is Barry, and it's just BG because it's Barry Gibbs. So, but yeah, so Barry, the oldest brother, is the only one that's alive, and he still performs and stuff like that. And it went into like a lot of, because they were some prolific songwriters. And me, dealing with musicians and stuff like that it's kind of seeing that process. They went into it about how I just didn't know how popular that they were, because I just kind of wrote them off as the disco stuff, like along with a lot of people in the early '80s, and late '70s, early '80s. And I was like, oh, whatever, they're just disco, nobody cares. Mm-hmm. But they are so much more than that. Those songs are really, really good. And like I just love being able to learn new things and discover new things that I didn't know. Like I'm just a big nerd like that when you're talking about like history and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that, and the Bee Gees, that was one of the pleasant surprises of that weekend, because I was like, oh, it might be okay. It's not that, it'd be all right. We'll see. But it was pretty interesting.
What do you rate it out of 10?
Documentaries are different because it's all about the amount of information and what you get. For me personally, because somebody might already have known all that stuff. They've been around their whole career. But to me, I will give it an 8.
Okay.
I would give it an 8 out of 10. There were a lot of, my friend, or one of my brothers, Dr. Dave, he saw Led Zeppelin live before they became Led Zeppelin. So he had been around. He's been around for a long time. He's 74 years old. So
wow,
yeah,
wow.
So that kind of experience, like I can only imagine that they're seeing somebody like that, or seeing a band live, and then several years later you see the documentary. It might be things that you already know or you didn't know. But I've never seen the Bee Gees live. I don't know anything about. I didn't know anything about a few songs, and that they did the Saturday Night Fever Was it Saturday Night Fever? Yeah, they did that with John Travolta.
Did they do Staying Alive as well? Is that them?
That's them. They did the soundtrack for that movie. They did the whole.
Oh, okay,
soundtrack.
yeah.
And then I think it won like album of the year in the Grammy. So they were winning awards, multi-platinum. I mean, just ridiculous. So it was interesting to see.
Australia has their own Bee Gees too.
Did
you know that?
The Bee Gees are Australian.
What's the group? What's the group though? They're called the Australian Bee Gees.
That makes no sense because they're from Australia.
Well, I'm looking it up now because I've seen them.
I saw that. It was out here, right? They were performing out here.
Yeah,
yeah, I saw that.
Is it just like a tribute then? Is it just like I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
It has to be a tribute because the Bee Gees, there's only one Bee Gee now.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying. They don't have like a Wikipedia page. It's just totally weird.
Yeah. Why would they have
here. No. Oh, wait. Hold on. No. Okay. I don't. Yeah, it's called the Australian Bee Gees. But I guess it's just a cover group.
Yeah.
You said the one dude's too old. Like he doesn't perform anymore. The main.
No, he does. No, he still performs.
The main guy.
He still performs. I think he's in his 70s.
Okay, yeah, these guys look way younger than that.
And he still performs. His name, Barry Gibb. He's, yeah. I mean, you know what I love about this show?
Yeah, it's a tribute. It's a tribute to the Bee Gees. There we go.
You know what I love about this show? That we could just randomly just jump all over the place. I'm not sure if it's good for Bartholomew and him and his listening, but I just love that it's just like we just talk about everything and anything whenever it pops into our head. And it's just that's what I love about this.
Yeah, it's a whirlwind of topics. That's for sure.
This definitely. I mean, because
free flowing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Free flow because we've come back, and I'm just trying to dump as much information out from what's been going on since we've last spoke, and it's been, but I just it's so much fun to be back and to be doing the show again because I really really enjoyed doing it, and I like I said, it is kind of cathartic in a way, so it helps out because when you go through certain things, it's always tough, and you got to find the things that make you happy. Nobody can determine your happiness. It's only you. So,
are you going to start working out again, like walking and stuff?
Yeah, that is the plan. I plan on, because I got under 300 pounds. And when I jumped on the scale the other day, this morning I was 310. So not horrendous, but not good either.
Well, how tall are you?
I'm 6'3", 6'4", around there.
Okay.
So I'm,
yeah. So you're a tall dude. So it's not like you're 5'5", 300 pounds.
Yeah. No, I'm a big dude. And that was the one of the things that really motivated me is because I don't necessarily need to be this big anymore. I'm not going to go play football. I'm not going to go bounce anybody. I'm not going to go professional wrestle any kind of physical activity, and I can't because my knees are bad, my back is bad.
Yeah,
I got bone spurs in my hip.
You're 40 now.
I got a broken freaking neck,
and a broken heart.
Thanks a lot, JGAG. Thanks a lot for bringing it back. Now I can tell you some more stuff.
What you get?
Now I could. No, I'm just kidding. So I have. Let me see. I have cigars on the way. Hopefully, What else?
Straight from Cuba?
No, I wanted to get some. But I did not. My favorite Partagas D number 4s. They're my favorite cigars, my Cuban cigars. I don't know how I get them. They just appear. So nobody tried to come look for me. Anyway,
they just appear.
They just appear in my humidor somehow. So I've been looking. It's nothing that I've been looking forward to as far as, when you're, kind of blinded and it's like, oh, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? And I'm just like, okay, I'm looking forward to doing this. And I'm looking forward to talking about all kind of crap that's been going on. I'm so glad that you watched that Wonder Woman movie, because I just could not believe how bad it was. And Tenet, it was just atrocious films, and I just could not believe, but there's nothing else that I'm anticipating. Like The Mandalorian was good. The last episode, like you said, no spoilers, but The Mandalorian I think is one of the best Disney run Star Wars products that they've done since Rogue One.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
And I'm looking forward to to the other stuff that they're going to be doing, but I'm also concerned because I've seen the DC stuff and I wasn't too happy with that. I'm sorry, not the DC, the Marvel stuff. And it's not a big. It's funny because the person who was the catalyst for all this Marvel, the resurgence, and the MCU is now working on. He created the Mandalorian, Jon Favreau.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
because he was the one that did the Iron Man 1 and 2, and he's prominently featured in the movies, the MCU movies, as Happy, the bodyguard to Tony Stark. So
that's right. Yeah, and I just watched the Christmas movies that made us on Netflix, which is really good. They only have 2, I think, but it's Elf and Nightmare Before Christmas, and you get to learn some really in depth stuff that you didn't know about, especially about John and how he came to be the director of Elf and how that kind of launched his career.
He was known for Swingers. He was also in Rudy. He played the friend, the big dude.
That's right. Yeah.
Football team. He was kind of a student. And then he did like little bit parts. But I forgot which one was his major breakout, because Swingers was pretty popular, but it was like, I think maybe a cult classic to people. I don't think I've seen Swingers all the way through. I don't think I've seen it all the way through, because I have seen Elf. Elf is a good Christmas movie. I saw Four Christmases. He was in there. He's usually with Vince Vaughn. He's usually in movies with Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn's actually the one that kind of got him, I think, onto Elf somehow. It was you have to watch it. It's actually they're both very good. The Elf and Nightmare Before Christmas on Netflix. The 2 little shows, they're like 25 minutes long, and they go really in depth, really quick. It's pretty cool.
Okay. So I'm going to go over the shows that I watched that I liked. Okay, let's see. During this whole since we've been gone, Kelly Clarkson.
Mm-hmm. Kelly Clarkson.
Raised by Wolves, good show.
Okay.
The ending sucked, so I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it was the Monster Next Door or something like that. It's a Netflix documentary about a guy who was a former Nazi.
The Monster Next Door.
He was a former Nazi concentration camp leader, and he was trying to live a different life in Cleveland, Ohio, of all places. It was a documentary series. I enjoyed that. I'll give it a. I think I'll give that one an 8. That was good.
Okay.
I got into. What did I watch recently all over again? Silicon Valley on HBO show.
Okay.
I watched that again, even though it ended a couple years ago. But I watched the whole series again. Pretty good. That's a 9 out of 10 for me. And I was watching Seven Little Johnstons. I watched a lot.
Okay.
Seven Little Johnstons. That's a 10 out of 10 because I just love the show. Rick and Morty, classic, 10 out of 10. What else did I watch? That I watched a lot when we were on quarantine. I watched the Lakers and I watched the Dodgers win championships. I was very excited about that.
They don't count this year, though.
They have asterisks. Yes, I agree. But nonetheless, they are champions. They are the champions, and I am so. I just wanted the Kings or the Raiders to do something, but they did not. But anyway, yeah, I watched that. That was amazing. I just got into Star Trek.
Okay, which ones?
Discovery. Just started watching that actually last night, and so far so good. Can't complain. I'm a big nerd. I do like Star Trek. I like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get into Battlestar Galactica. I didn't. So I don't know if there's any comparison, but any kind of sci-fi I enjoy. There was a movie, I think it was in Russia. It was, and this is before, I think it was either during the pandemic or right after. It was on Netflix, and it was about a robot who became sentient and could do certain things. You know how robots have that the first rule that they can't kill humans and stuff like that, whatever the rule is called. But it was a good series, but you had to watch it dubbed or listen to subtitles because it was in Russian, but it was decent. And I would give that one a 7.5 out of 10 because it has some cool elements, but it was in Russia and, Chernobyl was good.
The documentary?
Yeah, it was
or like the recreation kind of thing?
Yeah, the mini series that they did. That was pretty good. 9 out of 10. And I think that was, in rapid fire, that was the only thing that I really watched. Or like those are the only things I was like watching besides Christmas movies. Like I watched Adventures of Babysitting recently, a classic. I was trying to watch. What else did I watch? Flight of the Navigator. Watch that. Another classic. You ever seen that?
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, of course I have.
Okay, so
it's been a while though.
It's been a while, but I just watched it recently because it's something I don't know, wanted to watch with the family. But anyway,
well, I have my
yes.
My list from Did the Movie Suck on Instagram, starting with Triple Frontier starring Ben Affleck. And my review was decent enough, nothing special. Okay. Then we go on to Radio Flash starring Charlie from Lost. It was decent enough, nothing mind-blowing, but entertaining enough to keep watching. Sucked, but not that much. Okay. The Platform on Netflix. Weird, strange. And did I say weird? Definitely worth a watch, though, not sucky. It's a really weird movie, Marlon. You should totally check that out, called The Platform. Extraction, starring, I think it's Chris Hemsworth. And I wrote, it's a big, dumb, action-packed man's man movie. Didn't suck. Hotel Artemis.
Oh, yeah, that was
sucked.
good. That was good.
I didn't like it.
No, Extraction. That was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Artemis.
Extraction was just, it wasn't anything new or, but it was just well done.
Yeah.
The Belko Experiment, I finally watched that and I didn't like it. I watched 1917 and I said I very much enjoyed it. I watched a movie called Logan Lucky. Have you seen that?
No.
It's with Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Daniel Craig, and it's like a heist movie. It's actually, I said, a fun little flick with lots of big names. Did not suck. I watched The Warrior Nun, which was fun and enjoyable until the end. The ending sucked. The Osiris Child.
I heard about that. Okay.
The Osiris Child?
No, The Warrior Nun.
Is that? Oh, yeah, the Warrior. Yeah, it was. Yeah. There's going to be a season 2, so hopefully they clear some stuff up, but crappy way to end the season. Okay. Osiris Child, I said, if you go in thinking it will suck, it's going to be good. If you go in thinking it's going to be good, it's going to suck. Then I watched a Chinese movie called Double World. Okay. And actually, it was pretty cool. It was like a very violent Hobbit. Okay. I watched a movie called Revolt. Not sucky if you go in just looking for something kind of dumb to watch. And I think it's I don't know who it is. Then I watched a horror movie called Vivarium, and it is really weird. It stars Jesse Eisenberg. And they go to look at houses and they get stuck into a community for the rest of their lives. It's totally weird. They have to live in the house that they were being showed to. It's worth it. And I think it was on Prime or something. Watched a movie called Selfless with Ryan Reynolds and Ben Kingsbury, and it sucked. And then I watched a movie called Bushwick, and I thought that sucked as well. There's my rundown.
Did you watch the movie with Charlize Theron that was on Netflix?
Which one was that?
I forgot the name of it.
I may have. I didn't record everything I watched, but I got to go in there and update.
Obviously, it's not that memorable.
Charlize Theron on Netflix. Was it a recent movie?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to find it real quick. The Old Guard.
Yeah,
that's what I think you're talking about. I did not watch it. Was it any good?
Okay. So I have some mixed thoughts about it because I think they were trying to set up a franchise. And is it bad? No. Is it good? Barely. Barely, because it has some mythological things that I like. Again, I'm big into sci-fi and things like that. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a Highlander type film that meets the A-Team. I don't know. That's probably it's pretty decent. It's a good little film, but you can see things happening a mile away as far as like the foreshadowing and what it's going to be like. It's very very formulaic.
I forgot I watched one called Project Power. Did you watch that?
No.
With Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Actually, it was pretty cool. Like it was a really cool idea. I think you should definitely watch that.
I don't know why I would see it. I was like, nah, not tonight. And then I just never got into it. But I do that a lot with shows or movies until it's like, like there's nothing else on. I think I can check it out.
I would recommend it. It's not going to blow your mind, but it's got some cool ideas that you really haven't seen before.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not superheroed out. I was marveled out. And I wanted to see. I mean, before the pandemic, I'm pretty sure there was there was a lot of hype around the Batman, and then the Black Widow movie for some reason. But I don't understand that, because the Black Widow had the most uninteresting. Well, no, she was interesting, but I don't know why people were.
I don't know. She's not that interesting.
I mean, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, I don't know. This Black Widow's not her background and all that stuff. She was a Russian spy. There's been several movies better than that. But anyway,
if you're a black woman and your husband dies, then you're a Black Widow.
Okay. Oh wow.
That's gonna have to end the show for me, because I can hear my son crying. But
oh wow,
that joke.
Oh wow. Yeah, well, you go 10 to your son, and yeah, man, we'll get back into the swing of things. It was good talking to you again, and good talking to you, Bartholomew, and hopefully
it was great talking to him.
Give us some feedback and tell us how we're doing. And
yeah, we're looking for sponsors. Wendy's,
Hair Club for Men. Just for men.
Hair club, some like Rogaine. I don't know what you do. Like, maybe we can do wigs. I don't know.
Manscape, shave these shoulders.
Hair implants. Yeah. Remember the listener on our first episode? They sent me the trimmer. The nose trimmer.
Yeah.
I still have that.
We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that in droves now. So we need sponsorships, because hair is growing in places that it shouldn't be, and not growing where it should be, and up is down and down is up. It's dogs and cats are mating. It's all over the place. It's crazy.
Oh man.
Well, JGAG, it's a pleasure. It's good to be back, and we will talk again soon.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
It was a pleasure discussing your relationship with you on and off for the last 2 hours, and we'll have to discuss it more in depthly the next time. And I will think of 3 questions to ask you.
Yeah, we will have an in-depth 2 sessions and come in the near future, along with all our other little stuff that we do. But yeah, for right now, all the bacon and eggs, MMB signing off, saying, as always, the marathon continues. And for JGAG can speak for herself if he wants to. If he wants to say bye.
Bye.
That's how much he thinks about you, Bartholomew. Bye, guys.
Everybody.
All right. So go